have made progress. Thank you. Sure. So what's half pigeon?
Well, business. Is that you to call for?
Yeah. That's funny that you said that, because Josh was doing it on the stairs this morning, and he called it half pigeon. I was like, no, it's a half pigeon.
Yeah, I don't know what's a full pigeon. It has to be a full pigeon.
A full pigeon, I think that is full pigeon.
Isn't it? Yeah,
Because there's pigeon where you stay upright, there's resting pigeon. But I don't know if there's half or a whole pigeon, because then that sounds like we're cooking it.
No, I can't go for that. I'm not eating here. Yeah, I'm gonna look it up.
All right,
For pigeon.
pigeon, all right. Any other requests for body parts that we want to work on today? No, lower back. Lower back, or strengthening? Is it? Yeah. Do you have like low back pain
Yeah.
usually? Okay. So that would be core,
Okay.
more than anything.
Have one more, top it up.
Happens. A lot of people forget their yoga mats and their jackets, and someone actually left a sweatshirt here. I think it was last weekend, so maybe check it out. It's hanging on the coat rack. It's a black zip-up sweatshirt. Ring a bell.
I don't know if it was from the other teacher training, could be someone from our group.
That left it.
It's funny how you leave, yeah.
The second round coming?
I don't know yet.
All right. But it's time, anyway.
All right. Low back, core.
All right, now hip.
Did you check the feet?
It already did. It's like,
What did you say?
well, I'm gonna go by just 2 weeks.
I feel like these things were made up after potentially.
Of course, yeah.
So half pigeon is up high, yeah, that makes sense, like, because it's
I
a modification. Full pigeon is where you rest, but also high pigeon, I call it high pigeon. The pigeon smokes weed, so high pigeon.
I think I like that better than half because when you put it into the cooking vegetables.
I know, and it's like a dolphin, when I was calling it a 3-legged dolphin, I'm like, that's weird. No, it's just extended dolphin, it's
Okay.
not a 3-legged dolphin. I don't know, it's probably me, but also, like I said, I don't think, I mean, not that it matters originally, but originally, you know, when yoga was created, actually none of those postures existed. There's really only, I don't even know how many, but there was no half pigeon. But I get it now, it's high pigeon, and then when you
Harder.
lower down, but for some people that's harder because it goes into your back, you know, so low pigeon
Right, you're extending a lot.
is super uncomfortable, but it's more accessible, you know, and then the high pigeon, it just all depends, but anyway, we'll do that today. We will do that today, so let's close our eyes, hi everyone. Let's close our eyes. You can tell when I've had a little extra caffeine. That was today. Just a little bit. We'll take this time to settle in to the space. Settle into our bodies. breathing in and out through the nose. Connection with the breath. That little switch from witness consciousness or into witness consciousness, from be completely involved in every single thought and feeling. Now we can just shift to witnessing, working to reach the state of divinity. Major part of why we do these practices is to find or create, find, probably relearn, because it always exists, that place within us that is always peaceful, there's a stillness. A egoless confidence, or at least a thinned out ego confidence in that place. That's the seat, that is the asana. So that is the place that we strive to, for lack of better words, strive to get to when we practice, and then to maintain that off the mat, right? To know that it exists and that we can step into that place at any time. And that's the real practice, is approaching life from a place of equanimity, of that balance, moderation. Something to consider is what happens, what do you do when you can, think about this a little bit. What do you do when you find that place, right? There's certain times of day or certain times throughout the week or the month or the year when you're in your confidence, when you feel like you could, achieve anything, you're comfortable talking to many people, and you feel creative and able to bring your purpose more into consciousness, or to materialize it. And then, of course, there's the flip side to that, where we go through periods of time where we're very introverted, quiet, we don't feel very confident, and it's hard to show up. So in those times, this is where equanimity is very important, because it allows us to tap into a place within ourselves where we can show up no matter what. And we make adjustments, just like in our yoga postures, we make adjustments within the posture to either stay because we feel we have found our seat, our asana, or maybe we back off a little bit because we're starting to feel too much discomfort, maybe a little bit of pain, or maybe we can go a little bit deeper, right? So there's that little place of moderation that we work within, and it's the same off the mat, right? So you can always find your seat no matter where you are, no matter the fluctuations. There's always this thread when you practice enough within you where you can come back and say, I can show up even though I'm feeling this way, I'm still going to show up. That's really what sets people apart. The people that, move forward and find the beauty in life. They're the ones that continuously show up no matter what is happening, instead of falling prey to, hiding and shutting down. So you show up, and even in the very, very energetic times, right? You kind of bring that into equanimity as well. So that way we don't get caught up in the big pendulum swing, the highs and the lows, right? We're able to find that balance, the very small fluctuation in the middle way, right? In the middle path, the equanimity, the place of equanimity. So that reflects in our practice and the way that we practice. And then we thread that through into our lives off the mat as much as possible to come back. So when we feel a reaction or we react because we don't necessarily feel at first, but we just move into reactivity. When you practice enough, you remember to come back sooner. Whatever that means, maybe within a few minutes, maybe a day, maybe a week, maybe a month, maybe years, depending on what it is going on. But eventually you come back and you find the path. And then you remember, I'm going to work within this path of moderation, of fluctuations in equanimity, where I can continue to feel peace within myself, no matter what is happening. And that came about by actually choosing a card. I had a conversation about these cards. A lot of us have different cards that we choose every day. And there's always this beautiful message, and it's big, and it's like, yes, I am walking through that pathway, walking through that door today. It's going to be brighter and happier. And you have that moment of, where you feel really grounded in your confidence and your abilities. And then you enter into the world and lose that, right? The connection that you had with that feeling. So if you have those little messages that you bring into your life every day, just use it in moderation. Like, how can we bring this in? How can I remember that I'm constantly walking through that door into a new beginning? No matter how I feel, we don't always have to be super excited to move forward. You'll always have that strength within you to move forward. Big steps, small steps. There's always little forward motion happening, stagnation. So let's bring that into our practice this morning, and then let it land somewhere in your consciousness, in your practice every day until we meet again and you have that reminder. Your posture a little more, draw the shoulders back, heart forward, lengthen up. And we'll deepen the breath. So continuing to breathe in and out through the nose on your inhale, filling your belly, ribs, and chest. And you want to feel as though you're filling up to your collarbones. And we'll hold the breath comfortably. Don't hold it if it's not comfortable. No pressure in the eyes or the ears or the face. Hold it or suspend it for as long as you can, with the knowledge that when you exhale, you want to keep the exhale controlled. So leave a little space. You don't have to hold it until you're completely unable to. Allowing the breath to stand out over your whole body and energize you, bring balance, connect you to that place of through this breath, we're softening our eyes, our jaw. More breaths like that. Slow and deep. Natural breath. If you're sitting on a bolster or a block, you can come off of that and extend your legs out in front. Shake them out a little bit. So you can up the legs. Taking your hands down by your hips into staff pose. Sit up nice and tall. And let's see how it feels to flex your feet. Pull your toes back so your legs engage. Good. And then point your toes and flex and roll the ankles a few times in each direction. All the practice. Let's inhale and reach the arms up toward the ceiling. Look up. On your exhale, fold over your legs nice and slow. Let it be a process of opening the muscles. Rock from side to side. Your head drops down last. And it takes a little time to drop in. And then find your breath. It's okay if your knees are bent, if your back feels tight. Just listening to our bodies, checking in to see where we're at this morning. Once your next inhale, roll you back up. And we'll reach the arms out and up. Exhale, hands through heart center, releasing your arms down. And let's cross the left ankle over right above the right knee if that's available to you. And just place your left hand on your left knee for a little bit of weight and sit up nice and tall, flex both feet. And so just working our way into the hip a little. We'll inhale, arms out and up. Let's exhale, folding over the leg, reaching towards your right toes. It doesn't matter if you can reach them or not, just let your hands fall wherever they fall and drop in. Take a deep breath, keeping your feet flexed. One more breath here, feeling that release in the back of your neck. And let's inhale up to a point where we can find a flat back. So lengthening the spine, drawing the heart forward, shoulders back, keeping the feet flexed. Now, on the exhale, fold with that flat back for as long as you can. And then drop into it at the point where you feel like you can't maintain the length anymore. And take a deep breath. And let's inhale and roll it up. Arms out and up. On the exhale, we're going to twist over to the left side, taking your left hand back behind you, right hand onto your left knee, looking towards your shoulder. Sit up tall on the inhale. Keep your feet flexed too. Inhale, lengthen the spine. And on the exhale, drawing the navel back towards the spine. One more breath here. Next inhale, circle the arms up towards the ceiling as we come back to center. Good, and exhale over to the right side, right hand back, left hand over, looking toward the shoulder. Notice if you're leaning back a little bit and see if you can bring yourself more upright. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, navel back. One more breath like that. Your next inhale takes you back to center, arms out and up. Keeping the feet flexed, we're gonna exhale flat back for as long as we can. Over this right leg, dropping in, your head drops down last. Inhale, halfway lift, draw the heart forward, shoulders back. Good, and exhale forward. Keeping the arms down, let's inhale and roll it up. Now we're gonna grab a hold of this left leg and draw it into the body, cradling that leg. And rocking the leg from side to side in this movement. So not your whole body, just the leg. Maybe you can draw it in a little bit more. And let's place our left hand on the mat, leaning into it and making circles on the glute around the hip joint. So big circles. Now the whole body moves and rotates. And we'll change direction. Come back to center, draw it in again, this time lengthen up a little bit. And we'll see where it takes us. Take your left hand, your left arm in that little space between. Get up a little bit more, see if your leg will lift a little more. We're eventually gonna lift this leg over our head. Let's set a date. Let's start going. And let's cross it back over one more time now that we've created some space. Flex both feet, inhale, reach your arms out and up. Exhale, flat back for as long as you can, finding a little more space here. A little more length, head drops down, take a deep breath. And next inhale rolls you up, arms stay down. And let's extend this leg back out, shake it out a little bit. Roll the ankles. And we'll take the right leg over and we'll see if I remember all those things on this side. Let's sit up tall, flex both feet, hand on the knee, just to give it a little extra weight. Take a breath there. And you might notice a difference in the sides. Inhale, arms out and up, lengthening. This time around, just an easy fold, just to kind of check in with where we are on this side. So feeling into the backside of your body, your hips. Those small adjustments all the way down. Maybe your head drops a little bit more. And notice those subtle adjustments, like when your head drops a little bit more, you feel that all the way down to your tailbone. Or maybe even all the way down to your left heel. On your next inhale, roll it up nice and slow. We'll take the arms out and up again, keeping your feet flexed. Exhale, flat back for as long as you can, finding that extension out from the hips. And when you need the extra support, hands come down, drop in, round your back, make that slow transition all the way down. Little adjustments to find more depth. Take a deep breath. Let your next inhale lift you halfway. Connect with that long spine, heart forward, shoulders back. Good. Exhale, drop back in. We'll inhale and roll it up. Arms out and up. And we'll exhale, twisting to the right side. Right hand comes back behind the hip, left hand over. Keep your feet flexed, looking towards your shoulder. Notice if you're leaning back and if you can come more upright, connect with that. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, drawing the navel back toward the spine. One more breath. Let's inhale back through center, arms up. Exhale, other side into the twist, left hand back, right hand over. Sitting up tall, inhale, lengthen. Exhale, navel back. One more breath. Inhale, back to center, reach up. And exhale, folding flat back for as long as we can, dropping in. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, fold. Arms stay down as we roll back up, grabbing our right leg to bring it in, cradle the leg. Rock it from side to side. And then right hand comes down, circle around the joint on the glute. We'll change direction. Back to center. Let's take that right arm through so we can draw it in a little more. Working to sit up a little taller, lift the leg a tiny bit more. Let's take a breath. And one last time, we'll cross it over. Find our fold. Inhale, arms out and up. And exhale, holding. Take a deep breath. And again, arms stay down as we roll it back up. Let's take the soles of the feet together. Maybe shake the legs out. I need to shake mine out for a second. And then we'll come back to the soles of the feet together. Let's rock from side to side a couple times, releasing the muscles off the sit bones, and we'll bounce the knees when we get there, finding our posture. You can close your eyes, draw the shoulders back, heart forward, while lengthening up. So don't come into a big arched back. Find length in the spine, lift through the hips. Take a breath, feel the knees drop a little more. Maintain the posture that you're in the best that you can while we inhale and take the arms out and up. On the exhale, folding maybe a third of the way or halfway, but connect with your flat back and that extension out from the hips. Engage your core, so draw the navel back toward the spine. Hold it there. Take a breath. And we'll inhale and rise back up. Relax your shoulders, straighten the arms. Exhale, find your fold again, extending out from the hips. Let's take our hands down and drop in. So you might lower a little bit more with the flat back, but when you hit that point where you can't go anymore, slowly drop in, making adjustments all the way down. A little bit of lifting and lowering. Some rocking from side to side. Then you connect with the back of your neck, that you can drop your head a little bit more. And you're breathing, allowing your body to respond to the posture. One more breath here. And let's inhale, halfway lift, connect with your flat back. Draw the heart forward, shoulders back, arms come up so we keep it strong in the back, the core, good, come all the way back up. And let's do it again, exhale, folding, flat back for as long as you can. When you reach that point that you need your hands to come down, support yourself and very slowly drop in, making some small adjustments all the way down. Your head is the last thing to drop. Take a deep breath. Now halfway lift. Find that extension in the spine. Good. Arms come up. And let's exhale. Arms out and down. Hands to the outsides of your knees so you can guide your knees back together. Let's extend the legs out, shake it out a little bit. And we'll rock forward onto our hands and knees. And as we come into table, finding a neutral spine, spread your fingers out wide. And let's slide the left leg back behind us, keeping our toes on the mat. So our foot is flexed, our toes are planted in. And let's just rock back and forward. Just releasing a little bit of what we just did. And we'll come back to center and lifting the left leg. Inhale as you lift the leg, lift your head, keeping your core engaged. Now let's bend the leg, lift the knee,
and let it flop over toward the right side, opening the hip flexor. Again, the core stays engaged. We're breathing here. Maybe circle the knee a little bit, a couple times in each direction. And on your next inhale, reach the left leg as high up as you can. Good. Keep your head lifted, look forward. On the exhale, draw the knee in towards your nose and round your back. And go ahead and release back to center, neutral spine. When you're ready to move to the right side, we can slide the right toes back, keeping the foot flexed, rocking forward and back. And we'll come back to center. Inhale, lifting, lift your head. Then bend the leg, lifting the knee, opening so it flops over to the left side. Keeping the core engaged, maybe circle the knee a couple times in each direction. Next inhale, lift it out as high as you can. Keep the head lifted, arms are nice and strong. Exhale, knee in towards your nose, rounding your back. And go ahead and release. Let's come down to our forearms. Gently or loosely interlocking your fingers. And we'll walk the knees in just a little bit so it's easy for us to really round the back here. So drop your head down, your head hovers just above the mat, pressing into your elbows, forearms, and breathe. And we'll come back to a neutral spine. Keep your knees where they are, tuck your toes, and let's rise up to dolphin. So kind of like down dog, but on your forearms. And when you come into the posture, feel free to bend and straighten your legs. Really connecting with the lift in your hips, the strength in your shoulders. Breathing into your belly. And then noticing how it feels to begin to straighten the legs a little more and allow your heels to drop further down toward the mat. Holding in stillness. Let's take one more breath here. And then setting your knees down when you're ready. Tops of the feet come to the mat, sit back into child's pose. Arms extended, forehead comes down. Connect with your breath. Now, as we hold here, let's find a more active child's pose. So extend your arms so just your palms are planted on the mat. And you can draw the shoulders back away from your ears, connecting with your core. So start to find your core engagement and let your next inhale lift you up onto your knees. So your arms come forward and up toward the ceiling. Go ahead and rise. Press your hips forward, spread your arms out a little bit wider. On the exhale, take it slow as we make our way back to our active child's pose. Hands come down when you need that support, but the core controls it up until that point. On your inhale, lift again. Use the core to help you rise. Press the hips forward, extend the spine, maybe looking up toward the ceiling. Exhale, slowly make your way back down. Keep it controlled. Last one, inhale, lift. Extend. Relax the shoulders. Good. On your exhale, hands come down to the mat, back to table. Tuck your toes. Let's rise up to down dog this time. As you come into your down dog, let's bend and straighten. One leg at a time. Rock your hips. You should feel pretty loose in your lower body from all the work that we did in the beginning of class. A little different when you do that and then come into down dog.
You might feel your heels can drop a little bit lower toward the mat. If your heels come all the way down, lift your toes and see how that feels. You can engage the front side of your legs in down dog by that movement. If not, don't worry about it. You're just holding and allowing your calves and your hamstrings to release. Let your next inhale draw you forward to plank. And we'll hold here, knees up or down, lift your head. Connect with a feeling of lightness in your plank, like you're drawing energy up through the palms of your hands to your heart. And on your exhale, maybe that goes all the way down the spine and out through your feet. Let's take one more breath like that. Inhaling in through the palms of the hands. It connects at the heart. We exhale, it washes down the spine, out through the soles of the feet. And we'll set the right knee down. Go ahead and kickstand your lower leg out as we come into a side plank, a modified side plank. So your left leg should come straight out and not be forward or back of your body. And as you come into the posture, feel free to lift your leg. Really open that left arm. Kind of like you're opening your heart toward the ceiling. Find your breath. Find a sense of freedom here. Let's inhale together. On the exhale, if your leg is lifted, go ahead and set it back down. And we can hold here. For those of you that want to go a little bit deeper, firmly plant into your right hand and see if you can extend your left leg out. So both legs are extended out into side plank. You can keep the knee down too. You don't have to come into the harder variation. And breathe. If you're in full expression, lift through that left hip. Press it up toward the ceiling. Keep the core strong. We'll inhale together. And on the exhale, circle it back to plank. Back to center. And we'll take it over to the other side. Let's start with the left knee down, kickstand the leg out, and the right arm comes out and up. Your right leg is straight out, so it's not forward or back. And you're finding your side plank. Roll your right wrist a couple times. Let go of tension there. Breathe easy. Going into full expression, make those adjustments. Right leg comes down if you had it lifted, extending left. You can do one foot in front of the other, helps with balance. And breathe. We'll inhale together. On the exhale, back to plank. Good, knees come down. Engage your core as you rise up here. Arms forward and up. Roll the wrists a couple times. Let go of tension there. On your exhale, hands come back down. Tuck your toes. Let's lift to down dog. And we'll walk our hands back toward our feet. So we come into a fold at the back of the mat. Bend and straighten your legs a couple times. Let's come into our foot placement. Our big toes touch, heels slightly apart. And we're straightening our legs as much as we can within our flexibility. So always taking care to honor your body. Draw the shoulders away from the ears. Breathe. Feeling yourself drop in a little more with each exhale. And maybe you want to wrap your arms around your legs and draw yourself in a little bit closer. Again, there's no force. It's just what comes naturally with the breath. Let's take our hands to our shins and inhale, halfway lift, connect with your flat back, heart reaches forward. Exhale, fold.
Let's stay strong in the legs and bring it up to the core as we inhale and reverse swan dive up to standing. Exhale, hands to heart center. Take a moment here to either close your eyes or have a gentle gaze down toward the floor, relaxing your body. Enjoying the air up here. First time that we've stood up in class this morning. Climb the mountain. A couple side bends, small side bends. Let go of tension in the hips, the lower back. We'll come back to center. Let's inhale and reach the arms out and up. Lift your toes, engage your core. So really connect with the core strength. Exhale, halfway fold. We're gonna stop halfway. Find that extension out from the hips. The core is strong, shoulders away from the ears. Let's take the right arm forward, left arm back, trying to reach that right arm next to the ear. Reach through your fingertips. Let's breathe. Keep your toes lifted, legs are strong. Inhale and exhale. And then we'll switch. Left arm comes out, right arm back. Inhale and exhale. Keep the left arm out. Inhale, right arm comes forward. This is the most challenging part right here. We'll inhale and rise up, feeling that press through the hamstrings, the glutes, hips shift forward. On your exhale, dive into your fold. Hands to shins, inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, fold. Good, drop in once again. Use your breath. Maybe wrap your arms around your legs. Be like 2 inches taller today after this class. One more breath here. Take your hands to the mat out in front of your feet, and we'll slowly walk it out to a plank. Use your shoulders to do that. Inhale. On your exhale, slowly walk it back. Use your core, kind of like you did when we went from child's pose up to our knees. So find that control from there. Inhale, walk it forward. Use the core. So you feel lighter in your hands. Find your plank. Good. Exhale, walk it back. Again, inhale, walk it forward. When you come into plank this time, knees up or down. Let's take it super slow as we lower, finding either chaturanga or lowering all the way down. Chaturanga is that little hover above the mat. And then on your next inhale, we rise to cobra or up dog. Lift your chin, take a breath here. And we'll tuck the toes and press back to down dog. Take a deep breath. Inhale up to your toes. Reach your hips high. On the exhale, slowly release your knees down to the mat. Sit back on your heels. Come into a seated position. Hands on your thighs, close your eyes. Let's control the breath here. Working to slow it down, slow the heart rate down. Soften the face, your eyes, your jaw. One more breath here. When you're ready, come back to table. As promised, we'll work into our pigeon, variations of pigeon. So tuck your toes, lift the hips. Into down dog. And let's move slow through all these different transitions and really honor our bodies as much as possible. Let's inhale and take the left leg out and up. Big reach.
And on the exhale, we'll take the knee forward. So take your knee to the inside of your left hand. And we'll stay lowered halfway here. And extend the right leg way back behind you. So you might tuck your toes and walk it back a little bit. Take a peek over your right shoulder. Make sure it's extending straight back. Then take a peek at the left leg. Your knee and your hip are aligned. You can always slide a block under this left hip if it's up high. And maybe you have a little more in you and you can take your shin further forward toward the top of your mat, but you want to maintain the integrity of your hip alignment. We're going to press the sole of the right foot into the mat. So you're engaging all the way up to the glute. Your core is engaged. And if it feels like it's within your practice, let's rise up here. And pressing the hips forward, extending the spine. Lift your chin a little bit. Breathe. We'll inhale together. On the exhale, walking the hands out, so we're lengthening the spine as we lower down to find our place to rest. Same process, small adjustments all the way down. Relax your belly when you get there. Breathe throughout your body. More breaths here. You're ready to rise. Walk your hands back, pressing the top of your right foot into the mat. Hands are slightly in front of the shoulders, and we're going to take it easy. So if this doesn't feel right for you, keep your leg down. But if you want to give it a try and bend your back leg up, go ahead and bend it up. And we're going to firmly plant into our left hand and reach our right arm up. And we're going to imagine that we're grabbing our right toes. And breathe. It's a thing, you know. That will happen when we put our leg over our knee. And we'll take one more breath here. And slowly release. Good. Tuck your right toes and make a slow transition back to down dog. And when you get back there, we're gonna extend the left leg out, up and over. Again, nice and slow. Keep your core engaged. Be gentle with that hip flexor as it opens. Inhale to extend that leg back up towards the ceiling. And exhale, set your foot down. You're free to hang out here in your down dog, but if you want to flow through, we'll inhale to plank and exhale, slowly lower, maybe finding that hover. Inhale, rising, cobra or dog. Good. Exhale, back to down dog. Take a deep breath. And we'll take the right leg out and up. Inhale. On the exhale, take the knee forward to the inside of your right hand. Walking your left leg back. All right. We're going to take a peek back at the left leg. Make sure it's straight back behind. Right knee and hip are aligned. Maybe the shin comes further forward. Hips are squared. Slide a block under if you need it, under the right hip. Take your hands out a little bit in front of your shoulders, pressing the top of your left foot into the mat. Feel that engagement up to the glute. Engage your core, slide your hands back as you come upright, lifting the chin. Inhale. And on the exhale, extending out and down into your resting pigeon. Chin in the belly. Take one more breath here. When you're ready to rise, take it slow. Pressing the top of your left foot into the mat to find that engagement. And if it feels within your practice, go ahead and lift your lower left leg. Plant into your right hand, left arm comes forward and up. Close your eyes. Find that, just that energetic connection between your hand and your foot. Now, on the exhale, slowly release, tucking your left toes, making your way back to your three-leg dog. Right leg out, up and over, nice and slow. Core stays strong to support the hip flexor. Breathing deep when you get there. Now extend it up toward the ceiling. And exhale, plant your foot down. Again, holding here or flowing through. Last flow, inhale to plank. Exhale, slowly lower. Inhale, rise. Exhale, take it back to down dog. Deep breath. Inhale up to your toes. On the exhale, set your knees down. Take your knees out wide, keeping your big toes touching. And we'll sit back into child's pose. Allow the body to relax here, a signal that we've come to the end. Physical practice, mentally making preparations for deep relaxation. You can stay here for as long as you'd like. When you get that inner prompting to make your way onto your back and prepare for Shavasana, then you'll begin to make that journey. Slow. Get yourself comfortable. Let me know if I can bring you a bolster or blanket.
yourself to begin that space between sleep with a light heart. Just give a little smile, a gentle one to relax your face. Draw the shoulders down. Maybe from your ears a little more. Feet flap open. Just let go.
Feel silently. Obvious happiness, presence of happiness. Happiness, the breath, small movements, toes, running to right side, rolling up there, backwards. Energy that is generated in our practice into our hearts. Serve us.
supporting yourself up in seated position. Your eyes closed, and joining in hands at heart center. For one another. Ourselves. Heads down toward our hearts to honor the wisdom of them. Bow a little deeper to honor the hearts and wisdom from teachers, ancestors. The practice with the sound of Om. Take a deep breath in. Yeah. Yeah. I was like, we just created some good energy, so we'll just keep it flowing. Yeah. Yeah, so let's do, well, it does though, because I thought about it. I thought that we didn't do that the other day. Well, let's take a couple while everyone's cleaning up. Yeah, let's take it, as long as you're okay with people being in here, so we'll take a picture. So if you don't know, Joanne teaches a restorative class on Thursday nights at 6. So we're currently working on updating.
I saw
website.
like a little update to.
Yeah. I know, it's like I have to say something at least. Now there's 2 of you and I can't not